how that clicked. How's everybody doing today? It's your girl, Bre Ann Rose from Project Bubblegum, and I want to talk about the struggle I have with relationships. And to be honest, I'm going to throw this out there. I've only been in one relationship in my entire life, and that was when I was in high school. That was years ago. Yeah, I found that, see, I'm physically and sexually attracted to women, not men, so I'm a lesbian. I'm not straight, I'm a lesbian. Okay, and I'm not the only lesbian trans woman out there. There are plenty of others. It's just being trans and lesbian at the same time is very, very difficult because the average female that I've met in my life either wants a genetic man or a trans man or a genetic female. Lesbians and women tend to not date trans women that much. There are exceptions. There are a few out there who have. I just haven't met them. And I've met a lot of people. My friends have introduced me to a lot of people, and nah, see, and that's another thing. I don't have as many friends as my female friends do because again, in the LGBTQ community, there is misogyny. When they find out you're trans, some people show their true colors. They may be friends of friends, but they're not my friends because they don't accept me like they claim they do. You know, I'm not gonna tell anyone who they should and shouldn't be friends with, but if your friends start using, say, male pronouns after they learn that I'm trans, then they're not a friend of mine. You know, most people that I've been introduced to by other people tend to not want to hang out anyways. They don't stick around. They'll stick around my friends, but they don't really stick around me. Not too often do people turn around and say, "Oh, we want to speak to Brienne. We want to speak to B. Where's Brit?" None of that. None of that. That's an extreme rarity. An extreme rarity. So, because of it, I've been single for pretty much my entire life, other than one relationship in high school. But that was before my transition, so that doesn't count in this. No, I've tried dating sites, and some women claim they want to get to know me, but they don't really pay attention to the profiles or read the profiles. They look at pictures, message you, find out you're trans, and then don't answer back. That's just my luck. I'm pretty sure there are trans women out there who are luckier than I have, who've been lucky enough to find people to be with, but I'm not one of those people. I haven't been lucky, you know. And I mean, I if I was to ever draw my attention towards men or trans women, I'd be kind of left with a problem. I can't physically do anything with a man or a trans woman. If you're pre-op and trans, I can't do anything with you sexually. I don't have the sex drive, number one, to 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 be a top, Plus, it doesn't get me off to be a top to man. I don't get off by anal. I don't. I'm one of the trans women who just doesn't like anal either way. Receiving it, giving it, I just don't get into it. It's not my thing. I can't physically receive anal because of fissures that I deal with. So even if I was to get with somebody who has something down below, I can't do anything with them that way. And orally, I can't do it because I'm sick. I'm allergic to cum. I'll just use the word cum, okay? I'm allergic to sperm, okay? It makes me gag. It makes me sick. I can't physically do it. You know, I just can't do it. But the experiences I've had with women sexually have been pleasurable. The one female I had sex with said that she got off twice, which is cool because I got off twice too, which means everything was right. But what she said afterwards brought a smile to my face. She said, "B, You fuck me like a woman with a strap on. I smiled. I smiled. That brought a smile to my face, you know. Uh, man, just don't know what that means to a trans woman to hear some statement like that. That I wrote her like a woman with a strap on. Oh man, that definitely brings a smile to my face. Okay, but no, I mean to be honest, I got more pleasure when I had my tongue inside of her. That's when I had the most pleasure. It wasn't when I was riding her, you know, because that didn't give me as much pleasure. It gave her pleasure, which is fine. I'm glad it gave her pleasure, you know. But I mean, but anyways, enough of that. Back to relationships. You know, I've been trying to get in a relationship. You know, I've been very unlucky this whole time, like I was saying at the beginning of the video. You know, and people ask me about how do I feel not being in a relationship because I see all my friends get in relationships left and right. One relationship doesn't work out for them, within a month they're in another relationship. Ah, I get so jealous. I get so jealous. I do. I honestly do get jealous. Uh, yeah. Very jealous. Very, very, very jealous. You know, which I'm glad to admit. You know, I have no problem admitting things like that. I usually let my friends know when I'm jealous of them. Yeah. Like my friend Dante. Jealous of her. She's been in so many relationships since I've met her and known her, which I've known her longer than my transition. You know, and I get jealous. I get jealous because, you know, I'm not so lucky. You know, and it's hard for somebody who's not a trans woman to understand what I'm talking about. It's really super hard. You know? Oh, man. It would be so much simpler and easier if I was a cisgendered female or if I would have just not transitioned and just been a straight man, it would have been easier for me. I've met women who look at old pictures of me like man, you were so cute as a man. You know, and it's like, well, where the fuck were you when I was a man? Well, in your opinion, a man. I was never actually a man. You know, I've never been actually able to feel that societal role of being a man. Never could. I still can't. I can only feel the role of a societal female. And I use the word societal because gender is a society thing. Gender has nothing to do with what's between your legs or what's not between your legs. Gender has nothing to do with sexuality. Gender and sexuality are actually two separate things. Gender is how the world perceives you um, as in male or female. That's gender. That's all gender is. It has nothing to do with your clothes. It has nothing to do with makeup. It's how the world perceives you. You know, especially the misogynistic people. They're the ones who focus so much on gender. You know, they claim to be focused on sexuality, but no, they focus on gender, not sexuality. And then sexuality is what gets you off and how you achieve your orgasm. That's sexuality. That's not your gender. You could be female and have something swinging between your legs. You could be male and have nothing between your legs, except for a tunnel. Yes, let's call it a tunnel. Let's see how many people are laughing and understand what I say when I call it a tunnel. Oh, man. Uh, at least I can smile and laugh and joke about it all. I'm looking at the bright side. But to be honest, I am depressed. It makes me very depressed to think about how single I am the whole time when I see people in relationships. Yes, I get very depressed. But hey, what can I do? At the moment, nothing. You know, there's always porn. There's always porn and my hands, okay? I mean, sad to say there's always that, but whatever. You know, who gives a fuck? That's my opinion, you know. But anyways, I would get more in detail and speak of facts and stuff. But until I get partnered with YouTube, I'm only gonna focus on my experiences and speak about myself. Once I get partnered, I can do longer videos where I can actually get down into fact and actually speak more in depth about these subjects, you know. But until then, this is what we do. This means I'm ending it off right here. If you like what you saw or heard, hit that like button. You got any comments, questions, or suggestions? Feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more like it in your subscription page, or you want to help out the channel, hit that subscribe button. It pleases me so greatly. I also have a donation button. I have two donations. People can generally donate to me in a general fund. And then there's the GoFundMe that I have for SRS that I'm trying to raise funds for. That that you guys can be so nice to help out with. You know, uh, it brings a smile to my face every time someone helps me out. It makes me less depressed. And so far, my SRS fund has $0 in it. The only thing for my SRS I have is what I've raised personally for my income. I'm not so lucky as a lot of other people. I don't know what it is. But for some reason, people don't really want to help me so much. They overlook me. They think I'm privileged when I'm not. No, my goal is to become privileged. I am not privileged. I wish I was privileged. Then I wouldn't need to beg for donations or anything like that. You know? I wouldn't need to. And I'm gonna be honest about my opinions and views. But one thing is, I do not want to offend. If I offend you, let me know in the comment section below. just just let me know and I'll try not to offend. I have no problem getting politically correct on things. No problem with that, you know. But anyways, as always, I am Bre Ann Rose from Project Bubblegum. Until next time, y'all. Peace.